Hi, this is Dr. David Singer, and on this video I want to discuss with you a sensitive subject called money. The number one reason people drop out of care is finances. Now, that is because they don't openly discuss with you their financial problems, so the only way they can tell you that your finances are a problem or their finances are a problem is by quitting and not coming back. So you got to learn how to make your patients feel safe to discuss openly their financial situations, and you have to have alternative methods for people to pay to make your care fit within their budget. We suggest that before you examine a new patient, that you tell them your purpose is to help them get well, but your policy is to never let money be a barrier to your care, that you will help them financially if necessary, but the only way that money would be a barrier is if they don't tell you that they actually need some help. So you would then tell them that your visit for today would be $180, and is that a problem for you economically? Would that be a strain on you to have to pay that for today? Or whatever way you want to get into the cost of today's visit. All I'm saying is if they say at that point to you, yeah, that would be pretty tough, I didn't think it'd be that much, then you need to say to them, well, tell me what you can afford to pay for today, and we'll make sure that what we do works within your budget. You see, ultimately, you need to know what people's budgets are so that you can work out the economics. The difficulty in practice is knowing how to talk about this to make people feel safe and comfortable to openly discuss money with you. Many doctors don't discuss money, and they have their staff do it, but that does not make it any better or easier as well. So here's the deal. Before you do an exam on a new patient, you should tell them our purpose is to help our patients get healthy and live a long and healthy life. But our policy on money is that we never let it be a barrier to your care unless you make it a barrier by not telling us you need help. So if there's economic difficulties, if having to pay for our care becomes a problem, just tell us and we will work it out economically. If you want to then at that point say today's visit will be, and would that be a problem, it's up to you. That's how I would do it. And if they told me that my fee of $180 today, if not covered by insurance, would be a problem for them, I know somebody who's going to have economic issues in your practice. Maybe your first visit's free, and maybe when they come back and you tell them I need to see you 3 times a week and your deductible is $10,000, and we charge $60 a visit, and that would be $180 a week, you need to make sure to ask people if that's something they feel they could afford to do. If they tell you they cannot afford to do that, you better have some alternative financing available. Now, the program that we recommend is Healthcare Payment Solutions, because they accept every person regardless of their financial situation. In other words, there's no credit check, and there's no one who's ever denied unless they don't have a checking account or a credit card. So everybody would be included, and you simply need to find out from this person what they can afford on a weekly basis. Doc, you're asking me if $60 a visit 3 times a week would be a problem? The answer is yes, it would be. If the patient said that to you, then you would simply say to them, well, tell me what do you feel you could afford on a weekly basis? And the patient says, well, Doc, I can afford, $30 a week. Well, then you would say that's not a problem because we have in-house financing, and in fact, you've been pre-approved, and there's no need to do any kind of credit check, and we can work that out within your budget. Now, all I can say to you is that if you can work out the economics within the budget of a patient, and you simply said to him, if we could work it out within a budget that you can afford, would you want us to give you the care that you need if we could work it out within your budget? And everybody says sure. Because if you've done a report of findings, if you educated them, they would want to get the care that they need. Now, obviously, in order to work out finances with people, you're going to have to pick a number of visits that would be the program that you want to recommend. It's hard to work out a budget if you're just doing one visit to the next. And even if you said to him, I want to see you for 2 months, 3 times a week for 1 month, and twice a week for the next month, and that was a total of 20 visits, at the end of those 20 visits, if they need more care, you can actually add it on to the package that you are going to do with them. So let's say it was 20 visits at $60 each, which is $1,200. Then you could simply, at the end of that period of time, let's say they were paying $40 a week for that care, which would be a 30-week program of payments. $40 three times, $40 a week for 30 weeks is a $1,200 program. If your program was $1,200 and at the end of 20 visits you felt they needed more care, you would just pull out that contract and add more weeks or months onto it so they could continue to get the care they need. So you need to have alternative financing. There's no better program out there than Healthcare Payment Solutions, and I want you to thank you for watching this video, and to see, by watching it and listening to it, I want you to see there are solutions to finances with patients. You don't have to lose them, and you can keep them under your care.